One of my most requested films to review by like one guy is Split Second. That Rutger Hauer movie where he fights Venom in a flooded dystopian city. I don't know why it's taken me so long to cover this one. I've honestly had it planned since I started this stupid ass show back in like 2010 or so, but here it is. For Christ's sake, Split fucking Second. Split Second for that ass! My only worry going into this video, and obviously the worry has gotten worse over the years, is a Cine Masochist review of Split Second kind of fucking overhyped by this point? Who knows? I love Split Second though. Right off the bat, it's one of my favorite B-movies and really takes me back to the video store days. I used to see the cover for it all the fucking time and I always really wanted to take it home with me. My dad never liked that idea though. That box art always called to me though. Some trench-coated, sunglasses-wearing badass being stalked by what looked like Venom from Spider-Man. I mean, it was probably meant to be a knockoff of Ridley Scott's Alien, but I always saw it as Venom, which is what intrigued me to see the movie. Venom is one of my all-time favorite comic book characters, and when Spider-Man 3 came out, I had a shit fit because how the fuck could they actually cast Topher Grace as Eddie Brock? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? The one positive I got from that, though, is that I was randomly reminded by that one movie I'd always wanted to rent from the video store. I couldn't remember the exact name of it, but I asked around, took to Google, and could at least vaguely remember that the trench-coated badass was Rutger Hauer. I looked through his whole filmography, and bam, there it was. Roy Batty versus Venom on VHS. The best surprise, though, is that this didn't end up being some cheap cash-in. It ended up being an underrated B-movie gem. It automatically became one of my favorite movies to watch. Rutger Hauer plays Harley Stone. He rarely sleeps, he's obsessed with sugar, he loves using really big-ass guns, and his ex-wife is Kim Cattrall before she sold her soul to the horse face in a sex city. Split Second takes place in London, in the distant future of 2008, where due to the global warming, there's a lot of flooding. This actually adds a lot to the film's overall cyberpunk aesthetic. It's already very moody, neon, and shadow-ridden to begin with, so the flooded streets add a nice cold, damp look to everything. There's an ongoing manhunt for a satanic serial killer going on. All of the victims have had their hearts removed. Stone's partner went missing during a patrol sometime back, so catching this killer is personal to him. Because of how much of a loose cannon he is, he's partnered up with a nerdy cop, which adds some nice odd couple back and forths between the two. Due to the utterly savage nature of the killings and the utter damage left at the crime scenes, Stone begins to suspect that this killer may be more than human, though the box art royally spoils the ever-loving shit out of this, so duh. Stone believes that the killer or monster must be operating from the underground, using old subway tunnels. The investigation eventually leads him into an abandoned underground train terminal for a fucking badass final showdown. Split Second is a perfect blend of horror, action, and cyberpunk, and it's not nearly as well known as it deserves to be. It actually had some really great ad campaigns going for it, but some say that the film underperformed at the box office due to the LA riots. Rutger Hauer is such a memorable actor with so many memorable characters. You got Roy Batty from Blade Runner, you got the Hitcher, you got the Blind Swordsman, you got his role in Fatherland, and his role in Split Second is just as memorable. He's fucking awesome in this movie. Harley Stone is the type of character you'd normally see Bruce Willis or Stallone doing, and possibly phoning their performance in depending on the quality of the movie. But Hauer is always fucking fantastic and always brings something unique to the table, even if the film itself is dog shit. Split Second was directed by Tony Maylam, who also directed one of my favorite underappreciated slasher films, The Burning, from 1981. Stephen Norrington did the awesome special effects for the film. He was on the makeup effects crew for other great films like Gremlins, Life Force, Blade, and even James Cameron's Aliens. Unfortunately, he directed League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which I'm sure hurt his career a bit. Though he also directed the first Blade film, which he still deserves a shitload of credit for, because Blade kicks ass. The creature has been compared to everything from Ridley Scott's Alien, Marvel's Venom, and even 2000 AD's Judge Death. Honestly, you can see all of it. and I wouldn't be surprised if some of, if not all of these ideas were incorporated into the creature design. I mean, Norrington worked on Aliens, and the movie does have a very comic book 2000 AD future vibe. Besides Kim Cattrall becoming a much bigger star years after this film, Alistair Duncan, who plays Howard's nerdy partner in the film, went on to achieve more fame in the TV world as well, appearing in shows like Bones, CSI, NCIS, and has been the voice of Alfred Pennyworth since like 2005, starting with the animated Batman vs. Dracula, continuing with the series The Batman in 2008, and Batman Unlimited from 2015 to 2016. Split Second was originally going to be called Pentagram due to the ritualistic style killings in the film, which you gotta figure would have given the film a vastly different marketing campaign. It would have been marketed a lot more as a slasher film rather than a cyberpunk action film. It's a good thing Split Second features memorable set design, atmosphere, and charismatic motherfuckers like Rutger Hauer, because we don't get to see the creature until the very fucking end of the movie, which thankfully is incredibly satisfying. That same formula is what makes classics like Alien and Predator work as well as they do. You got a nice slow build-up and a solid reveal of the monster or killer creature thing. Man-in-suit monster flicks are a dime a dozen, and many of them are low-budget, thrown-together schlock. Plenty are just bored or drunk guys in suits wandering around tripping over shit, or just showing the really underwhelming or cheap-looking monster way too much. Sorry, but Rawhead Rex is fucking awful. He looks like a Liefeld villain. If the suit looks believable, or at least the characters and the atmosphere are cool, then you're gonna have a great creature feature flick regardless of budget. Whether it's a big-time Universal classic like Creature from the Black Lagoon, blockbusters like Predator and Aliens, or low-budget B-movies like Watchers, and goddamn motherfucking Split Second. So, that was Split Second. I finally reviewed Split Second. You know, for years, people have been asking me, when are you going to review Split Second? Well, you just watched it. You just watched my review of Split Second. This was a video on Split Second, which you just watched. I think I'm over Split Second. If you wish to support me monetarily, the email for my PayPal is in the description below. Also, I have merch now. Want a Cine Masochist t-shirt? How about a hat? 1201beyond.com is the place for you. And while you're there, be sure to catch me on Radiodrome with Josh Hadley and Cecil from Good Bad Flicks. You can also support Perturbator, the groovy motherfucker that created my theme song, and other talented bastards on bloodmusic.com. All can be found in the description below. What are you waiting for? You have everything to lose, and I have everything to gain.